Let me make sure I'm ready for this video real quick. Got my notes? Check. Pepsi? Check. Sunglasses? Check. Hat? Check. And yes, thick skin? Check. Let's go. Welcome to Golden Bluted, everybody. If you are a college football fan, please go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button because that's all we do here. Videos every single day. And when you get a chance, go check out our Patreon page. We have a lot of great perks over there. We call our Patreons the shot callers because they call the shots around here. Remember, $5 and up Patreons will get to decide the game that we're going to live stream in the regular season, and you'll get to watch with me, Golden Bluted. And our score prediction contest will be coming back. Every week I'll pick out a game, and my Patreons will pick the score, and whoever comes close to the score wins $20. And you can win as many times as you want. Before I really get started on this video, let me make one thing perfectly clear. I like Sam Pittman. I think he's a great coach. What he did at Arkansas last year was nothing short of amazing. Arkansas had the toughest schedule last year in all of college football, and they still managed to go 9-4. So I do have a lot of respect for the guy. But man, what he said about Texas, let the rear end kissing of Texas commence in the SEC. That's right, they're not even an actual member of the SEC yet, and they're already getting their rear ends kissed. And I understand. Texas is a historic program, probably the biggest brand in all of college football, although Ohio State and Notre Dame would make an argument for that. Same with Alabama. But my gosh, they haven't done anything in over a decade. They've been mediocre to downright bad last year. They haven't done anything. So here's what Sam Pittman had to say about Texas. He said, personally, I love the rivalry games. I can agree with that. And I would hate, once Texas gets into the league, not to play them every year. I also understand that. People actually want to play Texas. As a West Virginia fan, I love playing Texas, and I love beating Texas. He says, for the fans and everybody else. So he's saying that he wants to play Texas every year for the fans and everybody else that's watching. So far, I'm with you, Sam Pittman. He goes on to say, I'm not calling out Texas. All right, that's where you lost me. Texas has a great program, can't argue with that as far as the money and the brand, and I have high respect for them. I definitely don't agree with you about that as of this moment, right now, this moment in history. No, I don't have any respect for them. I'm just saying for the fans and obviously for the team, because we've got a lot of Texas kids on our team. I think it would be a neat home and home each year. Yeah, you do have some Texas guys on your team, but so do a lot of teams. Texas is a great recruiting bed. But here's the thing, your kids chose Arkansas over Texas. So you should actually be bragging about that, not, I hope we play Texas because we have Texas kids. He goes on to say, I would want to do that for the state of Arkansas and what it means to so many people here to be able to play Texas every year. Yeah, I actually get that. Once again, as a West Virginia fan, we love playing Texas, but not because we respect Texas. We like to beat Texas. He goes on to say, now I'm not saying, man, we want to play Texas. What? That's what you just said. What do you mean that's not what you're saying? So what you just said, you really didn't say? I'm totally lost now. He says, I'm not saying that. I'm saying for the fans, for recruiting, for the tradition of the game, and things of that nature. I would like to play that game every year. But certainly, I'm not calling out the Longhorns by any stretch. Oh my gosh. Why not? Why not? Why are you not calling out Texas? Everybody else is. Look, Texas has the most money out of anybody. And their move to the SEC, quite frankly, doesn't make sense for Texas, because they already make a buttload of money. I mean, a crap ton of money. And they already recruit at a high level. Yes, they will gain more money from the SEC. And yes, they'll probably be able to recruit even better in the SEC. But that competition in the SEC, Texas is going to get buried. Look, they can't get the job done in the Big 12 with all those advantages. What makes you think that they're going to do it in the SEC? This is definitely going to benefit the SEC. Make no mistake about that. This is most certainly going to benefit the SEC. I think the SEC got the best side of this deal. But at the same time, like I said yesterday, when I made the video about Texas and Texas A&M, they also inherited a lot of headaches. Texas is going to bring a lot of headaches. Look, the SEC didn't even tell Texas A&M that they were inviting Texas until it was time to vote. They were scared. They were scared that Texas A&M would try to sabotage or maybe do something even more drastic and leave the league. Although I didn't think that would happen because Texas A&M makes way too much money in the SEC. But just to play it safe, the SEC did not tell Texas A&M that Texas was coming until it was time to vote. And this goes for Arkansas. Arkansas left the old Southwest Conference because of Texas. Nebraska left the Big 12 and went to the Big 10 because of Texas. Same thing with Colorado leaving the Big 12, going over to the Pac-12 because of Texas. Teams have tried to run away from Texas, not because they're scared to play Texas or anything like that, but because of the politics that Texas played in the Big 12. Texas had the most power out of any program, university, or school in the Big 12. They had the power, and other teams did not like that because Texas basically made the decisions of the Big 12. Now, I don't think that's going to happen in the SEC, but I'm telling you, SEC, you're inheriting a lot of headaches when it comes to Texas. There's a reason those teams wanted to get away from Texas. Now, I don't think Texas A&M, Arkansas, or Missouri, or Oklahoma are going to leave the SEC because they're bringing Texas. That's not going to happen. The SEC is making a crap ton of money. They want to make a crap ton of money, so they'll just have to deal with it. But my point is, it's okay to call out Texas because a lot of people do not like Texas. And this is no offense to Texas fans. I have a lot of great, loyal Texas subscribers. You guys are amazing. But let's face facts. When it comes to the Big 12, Texas has been pulling the strings for a very, very long time. I don't think that's going to happen in the SEC, but they will bring some headaches into the SEC. And Texas A&M is probably going to be set back and saying, hey, we warned you. We tried to tell you. This was the whole reason why we left and ran away from Texas and didn't want Texas in here. But no, you didn't listen to us, decided to bring them anyways, and yes, they're going to make the SEC a lot of money, and they're going to make more money, but I'm telling you, SEC, we tried to warn you, they're bringing headaches with them, and that's a fact, that's 100% true. Sam Pittman, it's okay to call out Texas, I promise, it's okay. I know you're not trying to hurt anybody's feelings, but Texas is just a whole different story, a whole different animal. They get all mad and pouty whenever you do horns down. Well, guess what, Texas? Going into the SEC, you think horns down was an epidemic in the Big 12? It's going to be way worse. It's going to be at least 10 times worse in the SEC. You're going to see horns down all day, every day, whenever you play an SEC opponent. It's going to happen. Prepare yourself. And prepare yourself, SEC. Texas is going to whine about it whenever you do the horns down. So I'm just letting you know about that. Now, I don't think the SEC is going to do like what the Big 12 did and flag everybody that does horns down. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the SEC does have a better backbone than that. So even though I respect Sam Pittman and what he's doing in Arkansas, doing an amazing job, just signed an extension, Arkansas showing faith in Sam Pittman. That was a good move for you, Arkansas. But these comments, I'm just not sure. I mean, I understand why you said what you said, but I'm just letting you know. You already know that you're getting headaches with Texas, and it's most certainly fine to call them out, to say, hey, I hope we beat Texas. We will welcome them to the SEC. This schedule is going to be brutal on them, and I don't think Texas is going to do very well in the SEC. It's okay to say that. I'm just saying. Y'all let me know in the comments section. Do you think Sam Pittman actually said the right thing? Maybe I'm way off. Maybe I'm being too hard on the guy. Or do you agree with me and you think that maybe he should have called out Texas instead of dancing around the subject? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.